Hey guys, welcome back to my gameplay series here on Elm Creek. I'm Mighty Mike, and today we're going to make some hay. You can see I'm out in the field here with the tedder. Already done part of the field, so we're just rocking along here getting the grass turned over and dried out. If you have been following along on this series, we ended last time with the rock picker. I want to run out through the field and get that cleaned up, so I was able to do that. And then I got some lime spread out on some fields that needed it. And then I also ended up buying a bale trailer. So I got that loaded up with the straw, and then it ended up getting dark on me. So this morning, in game, I did end up selling the straw, but it was raining, so I didn't want to try to do hay work in the rain. So I went ahead and planted the fields. Get to the end of this row here. We'll take a look at the map. Got these two fields here in canola, and then I went ahead and planted this one in sunflower. And if you notice here, I actually combined fields 4, 5, and 6. So it is one big field now, and so I still have these fields, and then field 7 is separate. So that worked out really well. Give me a little bit more space to grow some crops. So that has been done. I will need another application of fertilizer, but it is in the ground and should be growing. But today, just focusing here in this field, trying to get this grass picked up. And I don't know if my timing is going to be right, because I cut this, but I wanted to cut it and get a crop of grass off of it, because once the soybeans are ready in this little field down there, I want to expand that field as well. So I believe the grass will probably start to grow back before then, but that'll end up being okay. At least I'll get this crop, at least I'll get this cutting of grass collected up, and it'll all work out. So I did notice today that the Lizard 6-meter cultivator was released. This is actually upgraded. Got a 9-meter version as well. That is pretty exciting. That is one of my favorite mods. We are almost done with this field here. It's not going to take too much longer. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll bring you back in, and we'll get this raked up and start on the baling. Alright, just got done with the tedder here, but if you'll notice in this field right here, when I was plowing out the driveways that cut across here, looks like I missed a spot. Got a spot here in the field that did not take any seed. So that will have to be fixed at some point. It's not a huge deal, but it is going to drive me crazy. We'll get around here and swap over to the tractor with the windrow on it. I did end up buying this tedder, and I leased the windrower. I wasn't sure how that big windrower was going to work out on this rolling land, so I just went ahead and leased it just to make sure it works out, and then at some point I may end up buying one. If you notice here, I did go ahead and get this baled up here and made hay with it. You can see here we have 6,500 liter bales, so we got 4 of those off of that field, and there's still some in the baler, so that wasn't too bad. Hopefully I'll get quite a bit more off of this larger field over here. I went with the 6,500 liter bales. I think that's the middle setting on that baler, on the bale sizes, so I'm going to give that a shot. Depending on how many bales I make, I may end up bumping that size up a little bit, just to help with transporting it, not having to handle so many bales. We'll get this unfolded here and get going in this field. My main goal for the hay is to get some stored up for some future horses. So I don't need a ton in storage at this point. But I do want to make sure I have enough so that if I don't want to do any grass work for a little bit, then we'll be okay. Probably going to overlap here just a bit, but it'll be okay. And I'm just going to keep on going down or up the hill here, I guess. Hopefully the tractor can pull it up the hill. It's pretty steep here. Got the joggers out, getting their exercise during the lunch break. I do have quite a few pallets over at the production plant, my oil production. So I do need to go pick those up at some point. Should be quite a bit of money that get back once I sell those. But I am running low on materials. I believe I'm almost out of canola. I have quite a bit of sunflower still left in the plant, but I think the canola is getting pretty low. If not empty already, let's go ahead and check that out. Yeah, so I'm down to 86 liters of canola. So it is about to run dry. Still plenty of sunflower. So that will keep rocking along there. But that is why I went ahead and planted canola and sunflowers again, so that I can get those harvested and replenish what has been used out of the production plant. And then I think the next go around I'm going to try and do another crop of oats. Those seem to sell pretty good, and it doesn't hurt to have those available for the horses either. Now this is going to be tricky here with that pole. I think I'm going to end up... that got it all. Alright, just got done with the raking there, so we are ready to jump in the tractor here with the baler. We'll get pulled over here and get to it. Be interested to see how many bales we end up with. Make sure I have the automatic drop turned on, so that is Z there. I imagine with this hill, the bells are going to roll, so I have to keep that in mind when I'm running along here. Actually seems like it's filling up pretty quickly, so that was a pretty good crop of grass off of this hill. And that is going to work out really well. I tell you, the automatic drop is a great feature. I do enjoy it, but you do have to remember to actually stop the tractor. Otherwise, you'll end up with little bits of grass left everywhere, or hay, whatever you're picking up. And we have a runner. That bale is moving with some authority there. Coming down off the hill. They are all out in the road. That's too funny. Alright, the baling is done. Ended up with quite a few bales. And I forgot to change the capacity over, so they are all 6,500 liter bales. It's not a huge deal, but since I'll probably end up selling a few, it would have been nice to not have to transport so many. But it is too late now, so we'll just have to make the best of it. So we're going to go over here and get hooked up to the bale trailer. I'm going to drop the baler there. I'll put it up in the barn later. Get it cleaned off. But this is the bale trailer I ended up with. Pretty neat design. That's the bales just kind of settle down in between those bars. Those bales are close to the barn there. We'll leave those in the field. We'll run over to this field here and start. What I'll probably do is I'm going to go ahead and load up a full trailer load and get that sold, and then we'll see about getting the rest put up in the barn. Well, I'm having some technical difficulties here, so let me go ahead and over to the other side. This double bale fork works great, but it makes it a little bit difficult on loading this trailer, especially when the bales just are not lined up just right. There we go. Let's see if I can get it with one prong there on the outside. That'll space them out a little bit more. Give me some breathing room there. Alright, let's give that a shot and see what happens here. Yeah, I probably can't get around that one there, so let me go around to the other side here. Let me get this fixed here and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've given up on the double bale stab there. We're just going to go with single bales. Try and get this thing loaded up here. Seems to be working out a little bit better. Probably should have strapped some of those in before I put this one in here, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll work out. There we go. Go ahead and get some straps on here. There we go. There we go. The strap. And we need two more up here on the front. I think there's some on the front. There's one, there's two. Alright. Now those are on there, shouldn't go anywhere. I'm actually going to move this trailer down. Oh! Got caught up on the duals there. We'll get it down here where it's a little bit flatter. So we have the 4 over in the other field. And I think a trailer load here will be good to take off to sell. Then I'll hang on to the others. I don't think the horses will actually eat that much hay. I'm not going to end up getting too many horses to start off with, so I think that will work out. Just keeping what's left after I sell one full trailer load. Worst case, I buy a little bit of hay. I don't think that's going to be needed. Alright, let's see if I can get these stacked up here on the top. This is where the double bell fork does not shine. Is wanting to get all involved with the other bells there. Maybe if I grab it at the top like that, it won't be down as close to the other bells. That might work out. Maybe the ticket right there. That worked out nicely. Alright, we'll get this one set up on the top here. Let me go ahead and grab a few more. Get those loaded up. Let's see how many we have in the field. We have... There's 3 right here, so that... There's 2 more over there. I think we're going to be short a little bit of a full load here. So I'm going to keep at least 6. I think that would be a good number. Well, let me get these loaded up. We'll see what we end up with. Well, somehow or another, I lost a bell down here. I was driving down to sell those other bales of hay and saw it hiding up here in the grass. I guess it rolled down the field there. Not sure how it did that, but anyhow, we have the 2 here. I'm going to park that there for now. Hop back over here into the Massey. I do have to say this trailer does not work out well with this tractor. Every time I turn sharp, it wants to get caught up in those wheels. I think part of it is because the hitch there is kind of close up to the back of the tractor, and between that and the duals, it's just a little bit too close for comfort. But anyhow, we're going to get down here to the animal dealer that has the best price. We're looking at $206. I guess that's per 1,000 liters. So we're going to see how much this load of hay brings. $16,500. I will take that. All right, we're going to cut across the grass here and get back over to the farm. I'm going to grab the tractor, get the bales taken off of that field, and then the next thing I'm going to try and do is go ahead and put out a pre-emergent and spray the herbicide on the field that I just planted. Maybe keep the weeds from ever popping in. I haven't tried that yet. I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. I'm not sure if it'll work, but we're going to find out. Alright, I got the bales just stacked in the barn here over on the other side there. You can see that was a chore, but it is done. All the bales are inside. and protected. Now we're going to see if we can't get this herbicide put out here on the fields. I'm curious too if it will change the state. Let me go ahead and put the final stage of fertilizer on there as well. It does look like it is changing it. I'm missing a bit there. One thing about this sprayer here, it does not have support for the sprayer section control, so that is a little bit of a disappointment. But the price is right, and it looks so cool. So I can live without the sprayer control. We'll get turned around here and knock off this bottom end. Got a few spots over there on the side that I missed. I think I missed them. Maybe not. I know I do lose a little bit of production with the herbicide use, but I'm okay with that. I think it's somewhere around about 10%, but it goes so much faster than trying to use the weeders. We'll go ahead and knock out this field as well. You can tell there on the ground, it is, some of the areas is not changing colors there, and that is because it was part of the ground that I plowed under to expand the field, so it got a fertilization state, or yeah, a fertilization state, so it was fully fertilized. If we look at the map here, I'll show you what I'm talking about here on this field. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know why that is doing that. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Still feel like it has something to do with the field expansion, but I don't know. That doesn't make any sense by what's showing up on the map. And plus I have gone across where I don't know. I don't know why that's leaving marks like it is. If you know, let me know in the comments below. That is very strange. Yeah, because I am at the same fertilization state on both areas, but yet this one not changing. Let's see what's happened here. I got it raised up there. All right, well, let me knock out the rest of this field here, and then I'll jump over in the field right beside, get that done. Then I think I'm going to look at putting a horse pen in somewhere on the farm. Well, I got me some horses. Put the pen in here down just from the house, just on the other side of this field over here, where I actually mowed the grass and raked it up. It was one of the best spots I could find that was fairly level. So got the pen put in, got 3 horses. So we're going to work on getting them some food. I went with the barn. I know it cost quite a bit more than the pen, but I wanted to get that because I did not want to fool with the water. So the barns have that built in. But anyhow, It looks good. We got some horses, have oats in the bin, and some hay in the barn. So we should be good to go. I'm going to work on getting those fed, and we're going to ride these guys around and get them some exercise. Hopefully train these things up to make us some really good money. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here real soon.